What's going on, guys? It's your boy Q Crunch here, and the gameplay you're checking out, I'm rolling with my boys Joey and Scoburn in this gameplay, and you'll see me flickering between Joey, Scoburn, and me. I do die in this gameplay, obviously, but you're checking out a league play game of S&D on Express, and today I kind of want to talk about switching weapons as far as Black Ops 2 is concerned. I know it's not really a big thing, to be honest, especially with this game only having a lifespan of what we're going to be in August soon. So it's going to have like a 4, maybe 3-month lifespan after this commentary drops. So I might as well talk about this with as far as other Call of Duties and stuff like that. And I'm kind of going to talk to you guys about switching weapons and learning new weapons and picking up a new weapon and stuff like that. So if you guys haven't followed like MLG Anaheim and Gfinity, again, the metagame changes constantly as far as attachment selections, perks, setups, etc., etc. Like, for instance, a lot of people are more now using FMJ, with the inclusion of me using FMJ on their M8s on their AR's anchor. I practically use FMJ on everything now, AR wise, especially on. Actually, I think the only game mode I don't use FMJ on really is CTF, because I use quick draw when I'm trying to play for board control on CTF. But when I have to play D, I'll switch out to the FMJ class for certain maps, mostly because FMJ is a little bit more important on slums. And slums, I want to say slums and standoff is a good map for FMJ because grandmas you can wall bang through, you got garage you can wall bang through, you got blue on slums you can wall bang through. But anyways, that's not pertaining to the commentary. But as we saw with MLG Anaheim, you got all the Europeans that came, or the EU teams and all that, and you see them using like laser and the Scorpion, and they're mixing it up, and it's cool to see, especially and with a game that's so diverse and where we have a wide variety of guns to use, and people were wondering why they were using like laser sight, etc., and all that. And it really for me, the laser sight is all about preference. Like I do not have the best accuracy with the MSMC like I used to, because I haven't used it in so long. But as of recently, I have switched over using the MSMC, the Scorpion. Let's see what else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Using two guns I'm not really used to using, because I needed to switch up my gameplay in certain game modes like CTF and Search. I needed to be more dynamic instead of just trying to play for map control with an AR. Like, my defense on Search was lacking, so I made a subclass. I made a subclass for CTF in case we had to go to overtime, or when we had to clutch it out three subs and all that. And you guys are probably wondering, like, how do you get used to a gun? Because most guns in Black Ops 2 aren't overpowered as you think, with the exception of the FAL. But every gun has a trick to it. Like with the M8, you have to be really accurate with it. You have to know where you're guiding your shots. You have to know where you're going to shoot. You have to pretty much be on point. You have to be very aware with the gun, because if you're not, you're just gonna get shitted on every freaking time. It is what it is, but But the reasons why I started using the Scorpion and the MSMC on certain maps is because, like, say for instance, you're playing, like in this gameplay, I'm using an MSMC laser with quick draw. Sometimes I'll use that. Sometimes I'll use a Scorpion. It's all about the dynamic of how I'm playing, especially with strats. It also correlates to your gun skill and strategies. You can have like an okay gun skill, but it's all about what you're trying to do as far as strategy on like Express Express Search. You're forcing a lot of, like, outside of the break from to B on offense. You shouldn't have like a long range weapon. if you're playing on the defensive side of it, you're going to be forcing a lot of close quarters, close range engagements. That's why I started using the MC and you know the Scorpion, because I needed to up my game for that. I needed a gun that allowed me to be able to win close encounter gunfights that wasn't the 870, because usually I just use the 870 just call it a day. But if they made a B push, it's a lot harder for me to dynamically counter them with the 870 because of the space. There's so much space at that bottom. So where the 870 couldn't accommodate me sometimes, the Scorpion and the MSMC did almost every time in those situations. So you really got to look at it in a standpoint of your strategies and where you want to go with the gun and what you want to do with the gun and what your team wants you to do with the gun. It's not so much like, hey, like, this gun's broken, I'm just going to use it, I'm just going to be brain dead and hit the easy button. No, it's not like that in this game whatsoever, especially with class selection and class setups and different ways of doing it. And I tried a bunch of different things. I've tried a lot of things, guys. Don't get me wrong, but again, getting into the next thing is just playing with the gun a lot. Just get some time with it. The first game I played with the MSMC on League Play, I think I dropped double-digit negative, which was pretty bad. And then the next game, I come back and drop 22 defense in the hill. So it's really, don't get discouraged if you're using a new gun and it's not working out for you. You just gotta really look at what you're doing wrong and just go back into it and just really try. Like, try different things every time. If a certain setup's not working for you, like if you're not liking the lightweight tactical mass extreme conditioning thing, go back to extreme dexterity, or go back to like lightweight flat jacket toughness dexterity. Again, there's so many ways to go in about of a submachine gun class that you can do so much. And I'm not just saying about that submachine gun classes. Like again, I have like 3 different sniper classes for S&D standoff. Like it's nuts. And I have like the same thing for S&D raid. I have 3 different sniper classes. But again, it's really about just trying it out and really seeing what you like. Like for instance, like I hate the dual band. The dual band DSR, I hate it because I feel like it just limits me as far as a player. It's great when they're not using cold-blooded, but it sucks when they are. So, and you're really limiting your vision as far as what's going on dynamically on the map. That's how I feel about the dual band. I think it's great on other guns, like the LMGs, for instance. But I'm just not a fan of it on the DSR. I don't know, maybe because I'm just so used to the scope, and I feel like I like the clear vision that I get from the scope. But yeah, that's really up to you. It's kind of the same logic between the long barrel and the laser MSMC. People like the hip fire, other people like just the longer ranges that the long barrel gives you. But it's really to each their own. And the only suggestion I can really give you guys is try to figure out what you want to do with the gun, and then just play with the gun. You just got to go out there and just play and grind and figure it out, because I can't really tell you how to use a gun. It's really all up to you guys. But anyways, guys, this commentary is wrapping up. Like always, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'm out.